Time for more of today's top stories now. And the TGA says Moderna can now apply to have its vaccine made available to Aussie children aged 6 to 11. The decision comes as ATAGI revealed it's waiting for more safety data from the US before approving Pfizer for under 12s. It could be January before any under 12 jabs begin. 2 new local COVID cases in Queensland today, one on the Gold Coast and one in the regional city of Warwick. Both men were infectious in the community for several days. Also of concern, the Gold Coast case isn't linked to any known clusters.
If we see a large community outbreak in any of those areas, we would have to look at putting in place some restrictions.
And a Californian couple is suing a fertility clinic over a devastating IVF mix-up that saw 2 women give birth to each other's babies in 2019. DNA tests confirmed Alexander and Daphne Cardinale's suspicions that their second child wasn't their biological daughter. The babies were 4 months old by the time they were swapped back.
When we brought Zoe home, I watched her have to switch slowly from caring and tracking for one baby to another, almost like mourning a child.
It's what an impossible decision. For a while, apparently the families would meet up, but they kept their babies and thought maybe we could just spend time with the other one's babies. And then after 2 weeks, they went, we can't do it. And they swapped. And then just apparently also the older daughter, who was 5 at the time, who had bonded with this little baby and then didn't understand why it was being changed. And then she then retreated from mum and dad because I think she was scared of why they, swapping babies and giving... Oh, the whole thing is just...
Yeah. There's an incredible amount of trust that people place in these kind of clinics, and it's like for a mishap like this, because you just don't assume, you would never assume that was going to happen to you. But really interesting that they sort of felt like the baby wasn't theirs early on.
Well, it's funny you say that about the clinic, because when I was reading about it, they say some of the IVF clinics, it's like the wild, wild west over there with some of them, and that they're hoping this will prompt more regulation.
But so, it would be bad enough if it was like, that classic mix-up at the hospital scenario, you take the wrong baby, that sort of scenario. But where you've actually gone through the process...
And carried the baby,
So you're the only one of us who's been through that process. Like, how much do you reckon that is a factor?
Of course,
in the
and the mum
creation of the bond
speaks to... She said it was my one chance, my baby, and I thought I was growing my baby, and I wasn't. But also... you look at the bonding in that first 4 months that happens, and and as she said, she completely fell in love with the baby and loved her even more when she found out it wasn't her baby. She said she even found that she showered her with more love because she then just realised the connection she had made with this special child as well. So there's, it's just,